Hey, almost got that right. Hold on. Let me fix this shit. I thought I had this lined up right. All right, hold on. This gotta go. Let's pull this back up. All right, that's a little bit better. It wouldn't be right unless I made some kind of mistake in the intro getting this together. One of these days we'll hit it seamlessly. But the point is, we made it to the daily stream. So welcome back, guys. I appreciate all your support. If you could just share this out, get some more people in here. Do appreciate it. And just a reminder, guests are welcome. If you guys want to join the stage, join this conversation, you can be a PFP just like this, or you could just rock it out with yourself. You're more than welcome. Just let me know and I can send you a link, get you involved. We'll be doing this for about an hour. I got a ton of updates. Um, a huge schedule or for tomorrow that just kind of developed out of I don't know, just progression of the week, which is good. I mean, all of these are good things. I'm extremely bullish. The vibes are up, and it's just one of those things. It's everything you kind of expected. So let's get into it, guys. Welcome to the daily stream presented by SMS Live. I'm SMS, your host, and today has been solid. I hope that you have had a solid day as well. As always, we're just checking in to wrap things up, or not wrap things up, but more or less just talk about Solana Made Simple, what's been going on with Bitcoin, Solana in general, as far as the ecosystem and Web3 and crypto as well. Just kind of covering on the, whatever I'm getting into for the most part. I mean, we'll talk about topics and all of that kind of good stuff. But hopefully you guys tuned in yesterday to the Solana Made Simple powered by Zeus Network. Me and Jules racked that one out, and I had a little bit of a rough start just like these, but we made it through there, had a great conversation, tons of alpha, tons of reasons of why Bitcoin needs Solana, why it makes sense, why it's practical. A lot of people didn't know that Bitcoin is most actively traded on Solana out of all the blockchains, so that's definitely something to put in your back pocket. If you're not converting some of your SOL over to ZBTC, you might as well stake it with BTC SOL powered by Zeus Network as well. And since I said that, might as well just kind of queue up this little tidbit right here.
Now quickly, look at the lob. Zion's there.
Plays it ahead of him.
Now quickly, look at the lob.
Shout out to both parties there making this happen. You got Zeus Network, you got Marinade Finance coming together to bring you BTC Soul. Successful, smooth launch. Tons of Solana is already staked over there in the restaking mechanism. Just to break it down, simple as this: you put your Solana over there. That's a place where you want, you want to stake your Solana anyway, but you put your Sol over there, whether it's that or LST, MSOL, you can use that. And then you'll be earning passive Bitcoin. So if you don't have a huge bag of Bitcoin, it's a great way to do the dual asset accumulation strategy, which basically is getting Solana and earning Bitcoin with it. One purchase, two coins. Why wouldn't you want to do that? You know that Sol's going to be running up over the years. Like, this isn't a thing that you want to do over a month or a week. You want to do this for quite a while. You want to do this for a long-term investing, but we'll talk about that at another point. You get the idea. Go check it out, BTC Sol. See if you are eligible. I think there's like 1 day left for the 200% bonus that you get on there for staking with them, and then there is a little bit of a kickback for Marinade token as well, MNDE. So check it out. But also, guys, like I was saying on the show, we cover crypto news, Web3 culture, mindset, what's really going on in the space, what moves the space. We kind of cut out the noise and talk about what's relevant and what matters. Whether it's about right now in the future overall, or if it's just some straight educational kind of stuff. But definitely like to tap into that and try to remember how to speak English from time to time. That's also fun. But it's just straight talk and straight vibes. Again, if you guys want to join in the conversation, you're more than welcome. But the name of the game is show up every single day. Even if you're late, show up to the fucking party. I mean, nothing better than a delayed entrance. You know what I'm saying? But bring the vibes, bring the value every single day on the timeline. And bottom line, stay consistent. If this is your first time to the space, every single one of my spaces and streams, when I get a chance to introduce and open it up, I like to start with the quote of the day. And I try to find something that's significant enough that can relate to most people. But the main thing is to get everybody's kind of mindset and aligned and kind of give you a fucking positive message and be completely straight with you. You do what you want with it. It's up to you. But this one is pretty dope. Everything negative, pressure, challenges is all an opportunity for you to rise. It's from Kobe Bryant, the late great GOAT. Shout out to him. But Kobe saw pressure as fuel, not a setback. He's one of those people that opened his arms to adversity and said, "Come on, motherfucker! Like, let's see what we can do from this." And the same thing goes with crypto and in life. Challenges are chances for us to go stronger and push harder. They definitely make you a better person in the long run, and they get you ready for the stuff that you want right now that you don't have. Because if you get what you want and you're not ready for it, you probably lose it, and it feels twice as worse because you had it, you let it slip through your fingers. I'm telling you right now, from my experience and from talking to people that are a little bit more wiser or educated in these areas, all of this stuff takes time. So don't forget to stop and smell the roses, but open up to adversity. It's going to make you a much better person, and lean in. Use that to elevate your game. If you're doing good, try to do a little bit better. See if you can up your numbers just a little bit, and if you can't, well, that's where you got to work on it. But guys, I'm a master chef at Marinade Finance, having a lot of fun growing over there, teaching you guys a little bit more about DeFi, how to use that tool how to use that as a financial tool, not just as this is a cool thing I can do online with crypto. It's something that you want to be able to explain to your friends, your family, and your relatives, because traditional savings, it just ain't going to cut it. You're not getting much of a return as it is, and you're losing 10 to 15% on the dollar. That's why you want to stake. That's the biggest reason behind it. I saved this little clip from a space that had Nikki in there, and they were kind of talking about why you want to stake. So let's just plug this one in real quick.
Other people, right? Solana is inflating every year. It is a built-in mechanism that is very purposeful. The same way that, like Bitcoin and Ethereum inflate. Obviously, Bitcoin's the only one that's capped from that. If you are not staking, basically the asset is inflating without you. It's the same economic concept around you'll see people in the US who are, have a decent job and are earning, but hear that the market is scary. So they'll put, every dime they ever save into a savings account that's earning them 0.1% yield. So the US dollar is inflating without you really knowing or seeing the exact rate at which it's inflating at. So you're losing, right? By just sticking it in a checking account, you're losing, recent numbers have been bad, as much as, 15% year over year by not investing in the market. So even if you have, because the biggest feedback we'll get for why people aren't staking, like, oh, I only have 15 SOL, it's not worth it. It is always worth it. I don't care how much SOL you have. You should be staking either through native or LST, because otherwise the asset is inflating 10% a year without you. So you're basically down that percentage every year, regardless of all other prices. So just to get that out of the way, like, you should absolutely be staking, or you're starting at a loss. I don't care if you have one SOL, you should be.
From the GOAT himself, you guys should be staking your Solana. And the point is, guys, if you have friends or family and they aren't into crypto, it's an easy way for you to explain to them what happens to your dollar, why you should probably, let's say they just have a ballpark $1,000 in their savings account, just for round numbers. Tell them take $300, grab, a SOL and a half. Take that over to Marinade Finance, get that staking set up. You're going to have options for, recipes where you can earn stable. You can get something with a little bit more volatility, like a meme coin, or you can get some kind of ZBTC or a little infrastructure play or something like that, like Marinade's, governance tokens. There's plenty of options out there, and it's, it's the way to go. I mean, you can even back it up by saying this is what institutions are investing into, Fortune 500 companies and stuff like that. This is where they're looking. The big players are trusting and believing in an OG, a classic like Marinade Finance. So it's definitely, I guess, what is it called? The I can't think of the word. The home. What, you get the idea. It's the OG. It's where you want to put your money. But my point is, if you're not taking advantage of this, you need to find something to do with SOL because of that reason. I'm sure it's going to go up in price, but just, I don't know. Think about it. And also, guys, I am working with the Zeus network. As you guys know, Jules is the team lead over there. We were able to launch our first episode of Solana Made Simple, having a lot of fun with the Zeus working group, connecting with people I didn't even know that I was already, friends with that were within the group. So it's cool to see them. It's cool to meet new people, but it's also more fun to kind of learn about what goes on and seeing how these working groups come together. It gives me ideas for stuff like DD Gaming. Being the content marketing lead over there, it kind of fuels the fire. Like, all right, success leaves clues with, successful companies, successful brands, successful projects. you should always be taking something of that and implementing that into your life, implementing that into your business. Don't steal it exactly, but like what works. That's probably going to be a good thing to, take for yourself. Even if it's sports, like if there's a certain way, you shoot your shot, the way you release, you keep your elbow in, whatever it is, there's something you can take from somebody doing better than you, and anybody doing better than you probably will be willing to teach because it's only going to refine their craft. That's why I share this stuff. I want to get better at my game. I want to get better at the delivery, execution, and talking to people about what I love, the most. And it's crypto, it's Web3, it's finance, it's opportunities, it's the artwork, it's what this whole entire culture of Solana, represents. And we keep it simple. We keep it dialed in. So whether you work a 9-to-5 job, you got 16 fucking mouths to feed. I don't care what your situation is. If you have a cell phone, you can play games, you got an email address, anything of that nature, you got some kind of access to the internet, you can take part in Web3. You can take part in, taking control of your finances. And I think that, to me, one of the biggest things is the transfer of wealth. Coming from a background where I didn't have much and, I barely scraped by is the only way I'm able to get through hard times like this. Those success stories where you hear about people sleeping on couches and doing whatever they had to. That's like that little thick of the area I'm in right now. And we're able to manage and make it kind of seem seamless. But you never know what people are going through. So just kind of, take advantage of it and find ways to teach people not that they don't have to be stuck in that position. Most people feel like they are because no one's taught about finance. I didn't know a lick about lending and borrowing before I got into crypto. I didn't know that I could take my money and make more money than my job would pay me for the 8 hours I was going to spend there in the first 3 fucking hours of the market being open. I had no idea that was an option. Most of us just think that is common sense. They think that is what you should know. And what we're doing is bringing that to literally the kitchen table. We're bringing that into the kitchen with Marinade Finance, letting you guys know you can earn Bitcoin from Zeus Network by staking your Solana right here. And it's trusted, it's SOT certified. Like it's just the way to go. And the whole time you're doing it, your money is taken care of. It's safe, it's secure. You can be kicking back, playing DD Gaming, Labs, whatever game they got coming out with. Right now we got Scrolly, and we're building that out. We're building a marketing team. We got the Discord open up over there. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm all over the fucking place, but I finally got a forum together. So if you guys are a content creator, whether you make threads, whether you make videos, I'm looking for more, UGC kind of thing, user generated content. It could literally be you talking like this, playing the game, like this. So you can see that you're playing on the mobile game. I've done a little, a couple different commercials, putting them together so you guys can see them. But it is paid positions if you get picked. It's an internship. There's a reward program. There's referral bonuses if you even get somebody in the door to talk about potentially making a game, with the MVP truck from DD Gaming Labs. So if you guys are stuck in that position, like you're trying to find your footing, you're trying to find an opportunity, I'm literally telling you right now, it's what I wish somebody would have said to me, like, yo, do you want to make money in this and learn a skill set that you can teach other people and grow with? Dope. Doesn't matter the size of your account. If you're passionate, if you're interested, you know a little bit about crypto, this is the opportunity for you. And some of the guys that I got in my team right now, like, they're go-getters. They're on the timeline. They're bugging me sometimes. I'm like, yo, y'all are on point. You're keeping me on my game because it's like, damn, like I thought I worked hard and these guys are, making me, push myself to that limit. But the thing is, we manage our time. And that's going to be another thing that comes out of this stuff. And this is where the working groups come into play. Some of these guys are new to the game. Some of them don't know the etiquette of the space. Me and Dev were talking about this on the one-on-one show. And part of that is like teaching them how to manage and use time blocks and seeing what they know, going back and forth, and just those kind of things create a better fundamental product, in my opinion, when you're trying to grow a company. And that's what we're doing with DD Gaming. It's a small, bootstrap company with a little bit of experience there, and there. I got the marketing and content, the deving and the founding is done with Ems, and the financial, the accounting stuff is done. Or no, that's Dean, and then Ems does the financial and the accounting stuff over there. So like I said, you could be part of something from the ground up. It's something I believe in. People say you can't make friendships in here, and I fuck that, dude. Like, these are my friends. These are the people that I would, go to bat for real. So if it's something that you guys like, if you like the culture, you like the people that you see every single day, this is what this is made of. It's bread and butter, Solana made simple. So check it out. Discord is open. I'm going to be putting a post up so you guys can get involved there, or just go to their page itself and check them out. I think they were in the comments earlier. You can find them, but it's Scrolly, Feed, or DD Gaming Labs. But shout out to all three of those guys, man. It's like took me a long ass time to find, you know, where I really want to carve my niche out. Like, content's great. I can talk about whatever the fuck it is, any different chain. I can learn about it. I'm one of those people that get into it, the nitty gritty, and try to get as much understanding of the situation or the context that I can. And I want to make it deliverable and, you know, connect with people. And it's been all over the place for me. I learned a little bit about this, and Quicks will tell you, he always brings it up. He's like, bro, you're good at this, and this. And I know that one of the things that is a disadvantage of that is, like, you're not centered in, you're not focused in. And, you know, Zeus honestly came to me. It was some of the team members and said, hey, we see your post. We see what you're talking about. You know, what about, you know, taking a look into this? And I'm like, Bitcoin on Solana? Oh yeah, let's talk about this. This is tight. Let's get into it. So, that was a, you know, blessing right there. And then Marinade Finance, they had the Master Chef program that came up out of nowhere, and I was like, damn, that's cool. I want to get involved with that. Like, I love food, and it tastes much better with marinade. But no, and also, on all seriousness, I've seen Marinade since I've been in the game, and to get the opportunity to work with them was amazing. And then, you know, to go full circle with some of the people that I met at the beginning of my my career and this experience, and being able to work alongside with them, that's honestly what this whole Web3 and this thing is about. Ideas you have, and then the passion that can take you wherever you want to, the people you meet along the way, people that don't like you along the way, all of that shit adds up, and it adds to the whole, you know, end result. So I don't know, I've been rambling on a little bit about that, but like I said, man, there's culture, there's mindset, there's real people here. And you know, all of these streams, all of these things that I don't totally agree with everything and the way it is. Like, you can be a creator, you can be your person. You don't always have to be here and be like, well, this is this, and like go over numbers. Like, just, you can talk to people, you can be real. But there is some real stuff that we got to get into. There are some things that are going on tomorrow specifically. Pretty wild schedule, guys. So try to stay with me here. Can I just share this to let you guys see it? No, I don't want to do that. So anyway, I'll be posting about, actually, can I do it like this? I don't know. I'll post this afterwards. We have tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Going to be with Bull Vibes. I'm showing up for doing a double hitter this week for Gambles, and Nick's hosting that space in the morning. Yeah, the space in the morning. And he asked me if I could fill in. I guess somebody dropped out, so I said more than happy to, you know, help out. And definitely tune in, guys. There's a lot of alpha, a lot of fun, a lot of good vibes to get your day started. If you're on the East Coast, or, you know, if you're going to bed, it's probably a good way for you to have a good laugh, because you got the SMG out there. And Nick's a good guy, man. He's a good person to host a space with. And like I said, there's alpha sprinkled in within that. Like, I have some notes over here just from that space the other day. Mavericks, Gambles, Jellico, like, just those words are key words for you know, JCO. Go look at the charts, go see what they're doing over there. It's very, very simple stuff, and they talk about it every single morning. We also are going to be running the GM chat stream at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So basically segueing from that one into that, and then 2 hours later we have 11 a.m. is the spotlight with Kaizen. It's a community space talking about projects, people, protocols, different things going on. We're going to dive into that and take a look at all the different things that are going to be on there, so you guys get a little bit of a you know, an idea of what to expect. But they gave me an opportunity. I asked them to actually do a space with them, like with him, and he was like, why don't you just come on our show? And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Great opportunity. But that's one of those things, man, like, you don't know what can come out of just some, you know, just taking a shot. And you miss the shots you don't take. So if you don't just ask questions, get in the DMs, hit up people, go in and support them. And that was the space where I took that clip from. And that's also, was that the space? I think it was. Yeah, it was. And the lineup, the panel for them, bunch of goats. But the point about it was, like, everything they were talking about, all the different topics, man. Like, I had a video made like weeks ago or days ago or whatever it was. There was a video on every single topic. So I was like, bloop, bloop, bloop. I just posted all of my posts because it was just so funny to see, like, all right, this topic, this topic, this topic. And I was like, damn, I've literally have been covering all this shit. So it's like, it gives a little bit more of an in-depth look at it. It gives me a little bit more exposure. It was fun to do. You know, and just, I don't know. It was like I was the Jamie of Web3 there, and it was a lot of fun. But anyway, got a little bit of a gap. I guess that's where we're going to eat, try to go to the gym and do everything else, and, you know, stay caught up, stay engaged along the way. But at 3 p.m., we're going to be doing the daily stream as well. We're supposed to be doing this at 3 p.m. You see, it's 5 o'clock right now. Doing the best I can, guys. It's been fun. The main thing about this is I keep an open schedule. I'm very flexible. Like I had a meeting yesterday morning. Typically, it would have been a time that I get prepped for the show, but I think that took priority because that's where I want to be. That's my goal. That is literally locked in. That's where I'm going. And opportunity arose. I got some homework to do myself, but I think I got it. I think that there's a serious possibility of it. So stay tuned for some bullish announcements regarding that. I don't know. I feel like I got it. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things, just kind of, you feel like it's there. But either way, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are rocking out with Solana Chilling. It's just going to be a chill space, a little bit more mellow, I guess. Maybe it comes in with the energy. But Solana Dean is going to be hosting that with me. Again, he is the dev and the founder of DD Gaming. He's ran NFT projects. He's ran meme coins. He's done a little bit of everything, but he's found his spot. He's found his niche, and he's built a nice team out with me and Ems. And he's going to be in there co-hosting, hosting, whatever you want to fucking call it. I don't care. But it is powered by DD Gaming Labs. I like DDG because it just rolls off the tongue so much easier. Dean, if you're listening, can we please rebrand to DDG, please? Now, thank you. Just saying. I'm joking. But no, I do like calling it DDG. It just sounds like it rolls off the tongue a little bit faster. But late night community vibes, real talk, open conversation. There are some people that I'm going to hit up that I've been trying to kind of connect with. I saw that there's an NFT project that is, I think they're minting right now. I called them on the Launch My NFT space this morning. Sativa was on there with them. Gonna reach out to them, see if they're free. They can come through tomorrow night, hang out, and catch up, hear a little bit about what they got going on. But that's what it's all about for me, is bringing projects, people, protocols to the light, use my platform to kind of help pick other people up that are doing good, but like just they probably haven't seen my corner of the algorithm. So that's how you grow, that's how you connect. There's a lot of people that'll tell you, you got to do this with your profile. You got to do this fucking thing. You got to do this. Look, man, look at what I've done. Whatever the hell I wanted to. And like, I just kept it that way all the way through. And, some people say that's not the way, but bro, I'm happy. I'm doing good. The account looks good. The engagement's up. Sure, it's not monetized. I don't have that. There are certain things that would help, but I'm cool. We'll get there. All of these things will come in time. And it's like, you set little goals, you set little standards, you keep raising that little bar. I try to tell people, like, don't hope for a home run every single day. Try to just show up and just like raise the floor slowly. Is this a good chart? No. I want to do it this way, right? Yeah. This looks better this way, right? All right. So if you just raise the floor slightly instead of like spiking all the way up here, imagine if you just slowly doing this. Like your worst day is where you used to aim at, like, oh man, it'd be great if I could get here. But that's like your average, right? If you just go up and down like this, you're all over the place. I would much rather just consistently make, steady progress and be willing to make mistakes, be vulnerable, be open, build in public, be a human being, talk about cool shit that people might want to, learn about. I don't know, all of that kind of stuff. But tomorrow's going to be from 8 to 9 a.m. to p.m. That's what it takes for me. That's what I wanted to do. That's why I, walked away from a salary position. That's why I put myself in a opportunity to really connect with with everything I like here. Every single person that has these giant, fantastic accounts, they either knew somebody or they got lucky in that aspect, or they worked their fucking ass off and somebody noticed and gave them a shot. Somebody gave them an opportunity. Solana Made Simple is going to do that for people one day. There will be a point where somebody is hosting spaces powered by Solana Made Simple, SMS Live productions and stuff like that. It's 100% in the making. It's like, I got to do the legwork. I got to build this whole thing out and show people what is possible. Granted, I don't have the same responsibilities as everybody, but that's another story. I live a life where I'm able to go kick it at the pool 2 or 3 hours out of the day because I'm doing all this other shit to make sure that things work. But again, it just comes with time. And if I can help my team, I can help the people that I work with build on that. That's what we're going to do. But with that being said, guys, let's take a look into some of the things that happened throughout the day. Take a little recap of some of the posts, some of the things that I think will be interesting talking points, stuff to share with you guys if you haven't seen it already. But if you got any questions, you got any takes, you got any ideas of whatever the hell you want to talk about, feel free to put them into the chat. I'll take a look periodically and see what we got going on. But more than anything, thank you all for coming in here. We're about 31 minutes into the stream. Got 36 of you guys in here. If you could tag a friend, smash the like button, repost this, get some more people in here as we tap into more of these topics. And that's kind of wanted to delay it a little bit. Want to get more people in here so they kind of see what we got going on, man. Because we're cooking. With that being said, guys, let me pull this up over here, and I just want to show you the post from this morning. But first and foremost, let's take a peek at this right here.
I was glued to the charts. Every dip felt like the bottom. Every pump, just the beginning. But it never was. I lost sleep. I lost some soul. Then, I lost myself. Until I didn't. There was another way. I didn't have to chase green candles. I could make my soul work for me. Marinade staking. Instead of betting on meme coins, validators were competing for my stake. Hundreds of them, competing for the highest rewards. But not everyone gets my stake. Only the best earn it. No downtime, no shortcuts. Sam automatically delegates my stake to the top validators. Miss the APY threshold? No stake. Underperform? Bonds protect my rewards. And the best part? It works for both liquid and native staking. It's time to stop playing the game and start stacking wins. Minimize risk, maximize rewards. Marinade staking.
Bro, I love their clips. Them things are just clean, nice, dope, make me hungry every time. That's a given. But let's take a look at this tab right here. Let me get this screen up here so you guys see what I got going on. The fuck am I doing? I like having this little control panel over here. I think I've told you guys about this every single time because I'm still like a big kid at heart. So when I see something cool that I'm doing, I'm like, hey guys, did you see my cool control panel that I can do all of this with now? I'd like it. It's it's stupid, but it's fun. But let's see what we got here. So this is my profile. Yo, we hit 170 people. Shout out to the Marinade Chefs. You guys are the fucking shit. I appreciate all of you guys. I started this little community before I was even a master chef. It's something that I saw. It's one. All right. So people ask me, how can I get involved? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to give you the cut and dry. You got to be a big fan of Marinade and DeFi and understand how to share that with the internet. Bottom line. Doesn't matter if it's on X, if it's on another platform, share it with the fucking internet. That's how you become at least noticed. I would say get into this community because I'm going to engage with you. I'm going to start interacting with you. If you start seeing how all the homies in there are posting their content, it's different. It has a different appeal. It looks their style. It's like you're seeing some really, really good content creators in the making, just developing and honing in on their skill set. And if you're just curious how to get involved, get in there and start trying the stuff they're doing. Start liking their posts. Start supporting them and interacting with them. And by nature, you just being around them, you're going to be a better creator yourself, whether it's threads, content, videos. You're going to get inspired by seeing some of the stuff. Like one of the guys, he constantly makes like how I did this or the process videos of him making content, which like doubles any micro contents that. And all of these things, man, that they will benefit you in the future because you don't know who's paying attention. You don't know who's pulling up. You don't know who's watching it back. You don't know who's sharing it with who, saying, man, I really like this, blah, 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 blah. Like that's what I do, and I see these people, and I start plucking them out. And I'm like, "Yo, Dean, we should bring this guy over to the the company. Let's give him a shot at the internship. Let's see if we can get him some rewards. Because, like I said, guys, at the end of the month, you guys submit all of your content. There's going to be a chart and not a chart, a process basically that scores it, and respectively, that scoring system will pay you out at the end of the month based on the budget and what we got. I'm looking to also sponsor some spaces. So I got someone in mind to kind of mention it to them. They probably have an idea of what's coming, but we're going to be paying them just to host spaces, just like stuff that I've always sought out, stuff that I've always wanted to get for myself. Now we're in a position to, give back to the Solana community, to Web3, to crypto, to people around the fucking world that don't get these opportunities, but I see the value in them. I see the consistency. I see the dedication, and that's the kind of shit that I like. And if that's what you are, if any of that shit hit in your head and you're like, you know what, that sounds like me, that's what it takes to be a master chef. That's what you got to do. You got to get into the community and work with people and start growing, learning. And, these guys take criticism well. If they don't, they do that well too, because, it's never been an issue. And I always say, it's like, look, it's nothing I wouldn't say to myself or I wouldn't want said to me. You know, I'm as fair and as open, as honest as I can, guys. But I think these guys are getting better at what they're doing already. Because, like, for instance, there was one homie made a nice post, a lot of really good information, but it was just like straining on the eyes. It was like looking at just line after line after line after line. There was no character body. There was no like creative writing process. So I told him, I was like, look, plug this into ChatGPT, go back through it, word some things, make it in your tone until your agent knows your tone. Like, you got to work with it a little bit. And like, I personally add this little flavor, like italicized words to show emotion into it, because AI doesn't really do that well. Bold things, all of that kind of stuff. Find a real human appeal that like will set your stuff just a little bit differently than the average Joe. I'm telling you, those kind of things, they just stick out a little bit. It's just the alpha with content. But that's what it comes down to with these working groups. That's what it comes down to, me being around the Zeus network, being involved with them, seeing how these guys curate, they produce their content, how they're able to make, hundreds and thousands of dollars just by posting fucking threads. I'm like, but it works. It's quality on top of that. So again, success leaves clues, guys. So get involved. That's how you'll start finding your way towards the top of the Marinade Chef kitchen. All right, so this video right here, I'm not going to play it. You guys can check it out. And for the record, I post across all 4 platforms. You can check it out in the bio. There is a link to the link tree. It's on X, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. All the videos I see, I post on all of them. It's cool if you guys plug in and support over there as well. Every little bit of that kind of stuff helps out. And I look at it, man. Like, I'm one of those guys that I see who's there. I see who's interacting. I see who's engaging. And, put me in a position to give back. And hey, we'll see what happens. But anyway, this company raised $200 million now, holds 1.8 million Solana, $330 million worth of SOL. This is a company that's traded on NASDAQ. This is an institutional buy. You see what I'm saying? The staking yields them about $26 million annually. It's conviction in Solana for the long term. These guys aren't looking to just get, a few $100s. They're looking to grow their portfolios and sustain a business. Like, check out the video. I don't want to tell you too much more about it, but it is pinned on the profile. I would appreciate the support. But what else we got? This is pretty funny. There was some Mono posted there, some of the best PFPs on Solana. And what I typed in there was not like redo all of these with my dog, but it did some weird shit. So I reposted it. I don't know. I thought it was funny. What else happened today? I posted about my podcast. I considered bringing that back because there is a window, there is an opportunity. But I mean, obviously, guys, with my schedule, it'd be kind of ridiculous to do that. But hey, how far can we push it? If the time's right and things align, might as well say fuck it and send that thing too, right? A funny joke between my friends that still makes me laugh. Oh God. All right, here we go. This is what I wanted to get to. This is the fun stuff. So Kaizen, this is the Kaizen Spotlight number 33. Tomorrow, July 31st at 3 p.m. UTC, which turns out to be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's see. The special guests, we got Pre-Stock in there. Let's give them a follow. Get this stupid thing out of my way. We got Citadel Phi. Give them a follow. DeFi Dev Corp. I think I'm already following those guys. We got Xtrade. I guess give you guys a follow back. Thanks for the support. Cabbage.app. I don't know what this is, but we're going to look at this too. Get out of here. We got Watt Protocol, whatever the heck this is. We'll follow them. And Nikki Scans. You guys know who the homie is. All right. So set your reminders. The link is down here. You guys can get involved there. Like I said, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the homies. Around the way. But right here, this is pretty dope lineup. You guys check it out. If you don't already know, we're going to get in this. We're going to take a look at all of their little profiles, give a little bit of a rundown so I can also see what we got going on. We're about 40 minutes into this, guys. I want to thank all of you for your support. If you don't mind sharing this, get more people involved, I do appreciate it. But Pre-Stocks is tokenizing the top pre-IPO companies, 24/7 instant trading with no minimums, SpaceX, OpenAI, Anduril, I don't know how to say that word, and more. Backed by Republic, coming to Solana. So they are on their way here. Very dope. I'm going to keep the notifications on because I like what they got cooking over here. Definitely, like, I come from a traditional finance background, completely retail, nothing, buttoned up shirt or any of that fucking shit. This shit was straight from cell phone, Cash App, and all of that kind of stuff. And then taught myself how to trade stocks and options and, puts and calls and all of that kind of stuff. But seeing RWAs coming into the picture, this is something I was just on a call with some of the ZWG homies talking about. This would be a great conversation. It would be even cool to connect with these guys and maybe even bring them on as a guest. This is the way that, my mind works right now. I've never fucking spoke to these guys, but if they got something cool and they want to join in and, jump onto the space, they're coming to Solana. We can keep it simple with Solana Made Simple. But I will probably hit them up and ask them about that after the space, but they'll be there tomorrow. They got some cool stuff. Let's see. Let's read this little pinned post that they got here. Looks like an article. They've rebranded from pre-po to pre-stocks. The new name, direct, descriptive, and easy to say, spell, and read, signals our new product identity. We now focus on tokenizing pre-IPO stocks, not running a platform. It reflects our evolved mission to democratize and modernize pre-IPO investing, and it eliminates brand confusion from past experiments and marks a new era as we move to the best chain in the entire world, Solana. It doesn't say that. I ad-libbed that one, but you could just imagine that's what they're thinking. But they left base. They came over here. I'm going to let them talk about the rest of it tomorrow. You guys got to tune into the space, but we are going to take a little bit of a peek into these companies, these projects, and see what they got cooking. Very cool. But this is what I do. So when you guys wonder, how do you do your own research? Well, it's 4:20 just passed. I would sit here and just take a look at all the things that I wrote down. I always tell you guys, bring paper, bring pens, write notes down along the way. You might just come across it and be like, hey, look, there, I'll talk about that right now. I'll make a post about this. I forgot to look into that. Whatever it is, I got, I'm a very keen, advisor of the note taking. So I'll go through and I'll look through these kind of things. And now I'll have questions, probably that I'm hosting the show with them. I'll know a little bit more about what they got going on with their company. One of the things I try to remind people is when you go to an interview and you don't know shit about the company, you were the last person I want to hire. You should probably know a little bit about the history of what got them to where they're at. Whether you're the best person at getting the job done, that's easily replaceable unless you have a significant skill set. But typically, people aren't. But you don't do your own due diligence, and it depends on the job. I guess I did my way into jobs before too. But my point is, in our space, with what we do, it's better that you have a little bit of an understanding. You're going to connect much better with the people you talk to if you know what the hell they got going on. Worst case scenario, I say, oh, you guys are bringing, traditional investing into Web3. That's like a very archaic, shitty base layer of understanding. But, you could lead with that and give them a perfect platform to say perfect. And then interview, you want the guy to talk more. So you ask him questions, be like, I saw you guys founded in 1975 with yada, 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 yada. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking put it together. That just comes from traditional fucking work and life. And I don't know, just being a human being. But that's how I kind of look into things. That's the way I look at most things. And I think that most things probably look at me that way. Do I keep it as organized? Probably not, but we'll get there. I guess you call this Zitadel. Zitadel, right? Zitadel, something. We'll find that out tomorrow. Clean. I like it. They don't follow anybody, so don't expect them. Oh, they got a good link for you to check out too. They've been around for almost a year. Citadel, the bond layer for Web3, is thrilled to announce the close of our builders round. This is our first step towards building a native debt market for crypto backed by the people who built Solana from the ground up. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, snap. Let's take a look at this. First thing I see is Justin, the founder of Zeus Network. Shout out to the homie over there. We got Dean, the co-founder of Zeus Network. Me dying. Hold on. I'll be back. I don't know where that came from. Dude, this is a goated list of people involved with this. This is definitely worth taking a look into. Man, you got Huma Finance co-founder in here. What else? Just stuff that pops off. Sonic SVM. That's interesting. I've been hearing about that. Business development at Meteora with Malcolm. You got core contributor Nam over here. Anatoly, obviously. Tristan. Dude, goated list. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. This is how you look into cool stuff and you just have a little bit of an edge. And I would just go through this and read through it and see what's going on, yada, yada, yada. Why is Citadel? So let's take a look at this. Projects aren't dying because of the memes or markets. They're dying because of the deals they sign. We built Citadel, I think that's how you say it, to end the backroom treasury trap. Dun, dun, dun. I guess you can click on the document right here. They use good colors, so I like that. Kudos for you guys doing that. Let's see. Well, damn, this is relatively new. For projects that have completed their token generation event, the pressure to secure funding and ongoing development and growth remains immense. To raise capital, they often turn to or from public markets and rely on secretive private OTC deals. While these deals offer quick cash, they are often offered at a steep discounts, which in turn creates huge selling pressure and destabilizes the token prices and erodes investor trust. Good breakdown. Many of the top 20 tokens now trade in the secondary OTC markets. Discount close to 50%, often paired with 1 year lockup. Basically, what they're saying is the way tokens perform and why they perform the way they do. We give you examples through it. So take a look at this, guys. That's super interesting stuff. I like what they got cooking over there. I'm a fan. I'm glad I followed them. I'm going to be looking into them and digging into this deeper later on tonight. Check that out, though. That's dope. Oh, fuck. Go back. Give me that back. Give me that back. I want to bookmark that, and we'll take a look at it later. All right, DeFi Dev Corp. I know what they are, but you guys may not, so we'll jump into this one as well. Not going to skimp anybody here. DeFi Dev Corp, the sole accumulation engine, public, exponential, and built for everyone. Listed on NASDAQ, DFDV, tokenized on Solana, DFDVX. So one thing I'm seeing here is this is a DeFi space, decentralized finance, but it's a lot of traditional finance backing, kind of little connection there. I do like seeing that. I'm sure that my did not know that I was into traditional finance and liked it the way I do. So this is super, super dope. Let's dive into this a little bit more and see what this is all about. Today we announced we've grown our holdings by 181,303,000 Solana, bringing our total balance to 1.18 million. Salami is worth about 218 milli. Congratulations to you guys. That's awesome. At an average purchase price of $1.55. That's sick. 12% gain. Awesome. Congratulations, guys. Keep up the great work. Looking forward to talking to you guys and seeing what you guys got cooking underneath the hood. But that's as far as we're going to go with that because it sounds like a pretty dope, community and group to be around. What else do we got going on? Xtrade GG. Your portal to DeFi. You trade Solana meme coins and hyperliquid perpetuals backed by Coin Fund, Xforge, and Founder Heads. Early access. Let's hit them with the notifications on. Meme coin trader. You can get paid $12K to $30K per year. Solana Maxi Ambassador. I'm going to bookmark this one, guys. I like that. Take a look into that later on. But they're hiring, guys. If you haven't seen that right now, I will be hitting you guys up if Xtrade, might even creep in the DMs and say hi. But let's take a look and see what we got cooking over here. On the alpha. All right, well, let's look at this, a little bit of an update. So this is the Xtrade weekly drop. This was posted on, I think it was weekly, the 28th. So this is pretty new. This will catch you guys, get us caught up to speed, because I don't know, this is honestly the first time I really spent this much time looking at it. But performance boosted, smoother, faster, and more stable token feed, user experience, user interface upgraded. I'm an idiot. Token feed user interface upgraded. It looks better, basically, is what I'm saying. Cleaner layout for better experience. I should have just read that first and led with that. I'm an idiot. Let's start this back over. My bad. My name is SMS. Faster. I'm just kidding. Faster trade execution, less lag, more precise on every move. Mobile version, improved, smoother, sharper trading on the go. Limit order line now adjustable. Drag it right on the chart. Bonk Fund Pool integrated. Find more tokens to degen. Search field upgraded. Quick find plus instant buy in one flow. Everybody likes seamless integrations like that. Shout out to you guys for doing that. User experience is a huge factor in all of this stuff. You can have the best product, but if it's clunky, it sucks. People don't want to use it. Notification system upgraded. Smaller alerts, less noise. Kudos to that, guys. We'll fucking be checking this shit anyway, but probably want to have certain specific, noties that you can put on. All updates are now live on xtrade_GG. Trade with speed, exceed the limits. Looks like they got something pretty cool, guys. They got a little video here, so you can take a look at it. We'll give that a little bit of a like. And they looks like they host spaces. They get, they get involved with the community. I like seeing that kind of stuff when it comes to projects, when it comes to companies, when it comes to groups of people that are going to be on the timeline, showing their face. They can still be snakes. I'm not saying they are. People could still be snakes, but these guys, all of these projects, all these companies, it seems like you got some stand-up people, ready to rep and show their face, at least, talking about what they got and being on the timeline, being open about it. Building in public is a huge plus for all of these guys. We got Cabbage.app, digital trade digital slot before it pops, built by Stater Labs. Trade alpha before it trends. Pretty cool. I like that. Crypto Ape, Pith, and SoulCasino.io. That's bullish. You see in different sectors of the market starting to pick up. Pith is an oracle. If you guys don't know what that is, it collects numbers and yada yada yada. You figure it out yourself, but that's a good start. State of Solana launch pads. This is probably a good article. I do want to read into this because I am very curious. Jupe Pro is another one to add in there. They got their Jupe Studio. That's what it's called. Back with the longest running Twitter space and Web3 everything crypto show 143. Okay. See, personally, I've never given a fuck to number anything. We're doing it with the Solana Made Simple live stream with Jules, powered by Zeus Network, just because they suggested it. I've never done it before. I just never cared. I don't like how I can't find out more about it, but I guess it just is pretty simple. Trade alpha before it trends. They don't have a website to go to, except for this. I don't want to click it because it's like some kind of app referral. I don't want to go to that. I would like to see more on their page, telling me what it is. So more questions. They're very mysterious. They're Cabbage, but obviously they tell you that you can trade the slot before it pops. So I guess they're just the alpha, basically. Let's take a look at Watt Protocol. We are getting close to the top of the hour, guys. I do appreciate everybody that's been hanging out for this stream. The first universal liquid staking for tokens. I like that. Transforming your Solana tokens into yield-generating assets with universal staking. Well, I'm bullish on these guys. I like this. Coliseum winner. That means these guys are putting in the time and the work. Your Solana tokens into yield generate. I just fucking read that. I'm retarded. DeFi track and accelerator member. You like to see that? All right. So perfect. See, the pinned post tells you exactly what we got cooking right here. We have liftoff for Solana's first universal liquid staking account. No more idle tokens, only energized assets. Watt Protocol is live at app.watt.si. They got a cool little video up here. Give that a like. We'll be checking this one out. Watt Protocol has chosen Radium Protocol as our exclusive decentralized exchange or DEX partner for obvious reasons. Like to see that. Wattisons. Oh, I like that. That's cool. Let's see. Let's click on this. I like this. They got a little write-up. Bullish on these guys already. I don't know what the fuck this is. That's not what I wanted to click. Oh, we got this here. Hold on. Look, they got fucking ZBTC up in here. Let's go. I like that. Let me go back here. Watt Protocol is the first universal liquid staking for your Solana tokens. Earning yield is now as simple as it should have always been. Wrap, hold, earn yield. So they wrap your tokens, you hold them, and you earn yield from doing it through the protocol. Why haven't you woken up? Okay. So curious about prices and stuff like that, but it looks like they got some cool stuff, rewards. Cool, awesome, I like it. Be digging into this, man. I got so much shit to look into and read, man. I'm excited. This is the stuff that I've done all along, and you know, this space is just look into this because there's so much more. I believe that like what we're doing is the curriculum people will probably pay for at some point to understand where this stuff came from, how to, you know, how it came about, the history about it. You know, Timon has this thing called Solana Historical Society, which has a lot of like historical data points as far as like NFTs, sales, so on and so forth. And you know, doing this kind of stuff keeps that alive. This is all recorded content. This is on YouTube and this is on X as well. So, you know, it's going to be there. And I don't know, I just like looking into this stuff. I like what these guys got going on. Notifications on for them. Absolutely. Let's take a look at what else we got. Let me close these 9,000 other things. Did I bookmark this? I got the job for that one. Solana Maxi. And that's it. That's everything. And just a chill dog hosting spaces with legend. I like it. I like it. All right, man. I got some fun stuff to take a look at. We are close to the top of the hour, and I think you guys got a good understanding of what the space is going to be like. This is dope. I think I'm going to kind of keep this in mind to, if they do these every Thursday, maybe I'll kind of keep this as a staple for like a little segment. Having this information is good to share with you guys because it gives me something to build off of and something to help, you know, push these guys' name a little bit further and get you guys seeing, you know, what they got cooking over here. I've been saving all of these kind of like graphics and stuff like that because it's going to be cool to have a collage of these, bunch like look back a year from now and see how everybody's doing, all of that kind of good stuff. But shout out to Oh My for putting this together. It's going to be a good one, and looking forward to seeing you guys there tomorrow. Make sure you set the reminders right down here. Da-da-da-da. Right, close that out. I guess we can stop sharing for a minute here. See if I covered everything that I had on my list. That's everything. That's it. That's all we got. All right, that was a good one. I think we're gonna wrap it up with that, and I'm gonna play this video because the phones are dropping, guys. August 4th, they start shipping. The Solana Seekers are gonna be in our hands sooner than later, and here we go.